Breeze.
Shanice.
Chancellor. Second generation. You want to talk a little bit about it?
Yeah, so we wanted to record a video about how we got married and why we got married the way we did. A lot of people were like, oh my goodness, I didn't know you guys were married and things like that. And
a lot of people were mad.
Yeah, we had a lot of people that were mad.
We had people blow up about it. They were really upset. But the thing is, we wanted to get married, whether they were going to be upset or not.
So we're going to talk to you about how we had a $3,000 and the mindset we took about it, because we didn't have a traditional wedding. So we just want to go in detail and share what Chance and I were thinking and the thought process behind and why we had our wedding the way we chose to have our wedding. So.
Yeah, because through the process, we lost friends, we lost communication with some family members, and we want to shine light. And not a lot of people who weren't there, they still haven't seen even a picture from the wedding. And we kind of want to come out about it and kind of just let you guys see what happened that day and leading up to that day.
Right.
Pretty cool.
So starting from the beginning. So Chance proposed the end of last year, December, right after my birthday. And he did it in New Orleans at the
Christmas in the Oaks.
Christmas in the Oaks, which is, that wasn't an Ogden Park. What park was that?
I don't know what park it was. But
it was just the New Orleans City Park. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
And so right after that, it was kind of like go time. Like, you know, most people, they give themselves a year to plan a wedding.
And we did at first.
We were going to do that at first, yeah. And Chance and I, we've dated a long time. We dated like 5 years. So originally, I wanted to have like this big elaborate wedding.
Me too.
Just all our friends in the wedding, just a cathedral style wedding. Just, you know, just this big elaborate wedding. And then reality set in. I started looking up prices for venues and things like that. And I always wanted to get married in New Orleans. That was ideal. And prices were like $40,000, $60,000, $80,000 for like venues, everything included. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, people really spend. And I was like talking to people, like, how much money did you spend? How much money did you spend? And like people were telling me, oh, I spent around $30,000, and that was good. And I was like, what? $30,000?
That's a car.
That's a car. So like I was like, well, man, that's a lot of money. And I was like, okay, well, you know, I still got student loans. I'm freshly out of college. I mean,
$30,000 more.
30, not that much. No, not that much. But I was just like hesitant to, because I mean, if I'm, you know, like, where's all this money come from? So I was like, well, my parents, I guess they'll just pay for everything. And that wasn't the case. So we had to regroup and rethink, and
we were told to think like entrepreneurs.
Yeah, we were inspired by
a very special couple in our life.
Our mentors, yeah.
They told us to think like entrepreneurs.
And so we knew we wanted to get married, and we wanted to do something unique to us, something different, and something where we didn't have to go in the hole. Because once I really sat down and thought about it, I was like, you know what? It doesn't make sense for us to create more debt for starting a new life with each other, to make more debt. And I didn't want my parents to take out loans either. I just didn't see the need for that, to go into more debt for one day. And so we decided to focus more on our marriage and not a wedding day. And I'll let you elaborate on
that. Phrase actually came from our counselor, our brother-in-law, Timothy Bourne. He said, guys, I want you to focus on your marriage, not the wedding day. And that's what we did. We focused on the marriage. We didn't focus on the wedding day because I've been to a ton of weddings. I've sang at a lot of weddings. And whenever I go somewhere, I'm always looking. I'm checking everything out. And something that I noticed was after everyone ate, people dipped out. Every wedding, it never failed. After they get the food, they leave. And while they're there, they're judging the food. It's salty enough. They judging the food. They doing everything, and it's not even about them. So we wanted to eliminate all of that. And you know something that was so beautiful to me? After our wedding, after we ate, nobody left. After we danced, nobody left. We literally had to start packing stuff up for people to start leaving. And that's what we wanted to accomplish. We didn't want people there being judgmental. I definitely didn't want nobody there to say, I object. So yeah, we did it the way we did it.
Yeah, so, and we prayed about it. We were like, God, you know, give us some ideas, something that we can do that is affordable, but also classy, that's unique, that's different. And so he gave us the idea to have like a dinner au blanc. And the first time I heard about that, at this time I was living in New Orleans. Well, I had just moved back. But that's something like a event that they have yearly. It actually started in France, and then it caught on, it got popular, and now people do it all over the world now. It's a pop-up picnic, basically. And so what people do, they dress up in all white, really classy event, and they have their picnic food, they have their table and chairs, and they get in a bus. And they don't know where they're gonna be. The bus takes them to a random location in the city, and they unpack their tables, their chairs, and their food, and they eat, and they dance, and they just have a great time. And it's called Dinner au Blanc. And then once the party is over, they pack everything back up, they get on the bus and leave like it never happened. And so I thought that was so unique, and I love that idea, and that's how we based the theme of the wedding. So it was Dinner au Blanc. And then the spin on the wedding was, we didn't tell anybody that we were getting married. The only people we told
were immediate family.
Immediate family. And originally we weren't gonna tell them. Chance wanted it to be like a huge surprise, but I was like, this is too much to hold in, and I was stressing myself out. I was like, somebody has to know what's going on. This is too much. So we decided to tell our immediate family, so our siblings and our parents. And
one thing I guess, going back before God gave us the vision of how our wedding was going to be, we were sitting, I remember coming in from work, and Shanice, she came in a couple of hours later, and we were sitting at the table working on our business, and I just looked at her, I said, babe, I just want to get married. And she said, really? I was praying about that today, and God spoke the same thing to me. I just want to get married too. And I was like, yeah, I can't wait till September. We've been dating for 5 years, and if you know our testimony, we didn't have sex for 5 years. And once I got the ring, it was like, time is ticking, man. I can't wait till September. We got to get things done. Like, we got to make this thing happen. And God gave us the idea of
Dinner au Blanc.
Dinner au Blanc.
Yes. So, like he said, originally we were gonna wait a whole year, but then we were like, no.
It was crazy. You already had the ring. She had the ring. She had moved back from New Orleans, so it was pointless. Why am I waiting a year? It's crazy. And it's all because we had saw how other people did it, and we weren't thinking outside the box.
That was the thing that we had.
That was traditional.
That's just tradition.
But I don't like tradition.
And that's what this video is about. You don't have to follow a traditional if you want to get married, especially if you're on a budget. So basically, like I was saying, nobody knew they were coming to a wedding. We invited them to a bridal shower. So they thought they were coming to a couple's shower in New Orleans, and it was themed Dinner au Blanc. And so our invitations, we didn't do save the dates. We didn't do, we didn't have engagement, what's it called, a photo session. We didn't do that. I went to a website, Punchbowl, and I had a digital evite made, and then I believe Hannah, she made digital invitation as well, and we put it through the website Evite, where I could send it to people through social media. I sent it as text messages, emails, and it also tracked people's like RSVPs as well. So we spent like $12 on that, and that's how we got our invitations out. And it was nice.
Fine.
Yeah,
it was perfect.
It was really nice.
It was awesome.
And so
another thing was, what did I forget what I was gonna say.
So I didn't have anyone to help plan I don't want to say like I didn't have any help. I had help, but I didn't pay anyone to professionally plan like a wedding planner. I kind of did it all myself. I saw what I wanted to do in my head, and I wrote it on paper. And I would sit down and I would brainstorm with my family members and siblings, sisters in love, and and we would just write down how we wanted the day to go. And so that's how the planning went. And
I remember being there, and the wedding was about to start, and my best man Hampton Lamar, shout out, he said, "Hey Chance, what do I do?" I was like, "Oh yeah." So then I planned the wedding.
Yes, but we did not have a rehearsal dinner. We didn't practice anything. It was off the fly. Like, it was all raw. We had a agenda, and that was it. That was it. And I just thank God that it went off without a hitch. Everything went beautifully. And that was all because of the grace of God, because we did not practice anything.
And we weren't thinking to. Like, we weren't thinking to practice. We just wanted to get married. And look, we're married.
Yeah, it happened. Ring power. Ring power. And so like back to, we keep hip hopping around. Anyway, hip hopping. What? Anyway, so everybody came dressed in white, and because they got the Evite, they knew to bring their own table. So we didn't spend any money on food. The only thing that
and that's one thing that I love, babe. I really love that, because people who looked at the invitation and they said, "What? Bring your own food?" They didn't come because they said, "I'm gonna just wait till the wedding," and they waited till the wedding and they missed it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so and then our wedding was in New Orleans, so the invitation, it had to take some planning to come to our wedding, because you had to dress in all white, and then you had to have your picnic table and your picnic food.
White.
And then you had to get to New Orleans. And most people, they live in Mississippi or they live in Alabama for our family, and even Texas. So it was like a planning. You had to put some thought behind it. So we knew the people who made that sacrifice to be there, it really meant a lot to us, because we knew that they really said, "Hey, I'm gonna go and support them because I truly love them and I want to be there for them," and we appreciate that.
We really meant a lot to them, because people don't go out of their way for other people anymore. That's impossible. So for them to go out of their way, get their own food, bring their own tables, bring their kids, kids don't act good, bring their bad kids, and just everybody come on one accord for us, and then bring a gift that weeded out all the pests.
Back to let's go back after I want to go back to planning the wedding again. So like me looking for my dress and things like that. So I knew what kind of dress I wanted, and I wanted like a 2-in-1 dress, really 3-in-1, but 2-in-1, that's more realistic. So, and I was able to find that. And my idea with my dress was, people spend thousands of dollars. Not to say it's a bad thing. No, if you have the money to spend thousands of dollars without going in debt, and you don't have any debt prior to a wedding, go ahead, do it. If someone's paying for it, or if you saved up money your whole life, perfect. Don't listen to what I'm saying. But if you already have prior debt and you want to get married, I don't think you should be spending thousands of dollars on a wedding dress. That's just my opinion. Or I didn't see how that would benefit me in the long run, or benefit our marriage in the long run. So I was like, I still want a nice dress, because I know those are out there, but let me find a nice dress on a budget. And I was able to do that by buying a dress that was pre-owned, and I'm not ashamed I'm not ashamed
You
of
were
that.
good in that dress. I bet the one who owned it didn't look like he did.
Because I found a dress prior worn, and it was an expensive dress, but it was just someone wore it before me, and I'm perfectly okay with that because it was essentially brand new. Like, who would have known? Nobody. So I think I spent like $250 on my wedding dress. However, I ordered it offline. I ordered it I found it on an app, Poshmark, and I was able to get it negotiate a cheaper price through eBay. So when I got the dress though,
It's too small.
it was too small, and I remember my sister trying to zip in it and it would not zip, and I was like, oh my gosh, because I found my dress, like I knew that was the dress I wanted, and it didn't fit, and I just started falling. I was like, oh my gosh, dang. And so, but thankfully,
My grandmother, was together.
she is a beast
She is.
with sewing.
I remember we went over there one night and she took that dress.
Oh, what is it, baby?
She took that dress. Oh, I got this. And just ripped it. Like, what the heck?
She literally cut the dress in half, put it back together, and put a little Beyonce tail on the back, everything. Like,
Hooked it up.
she hooked it up.
And then every time we went over there, she fed us a full course meal. And then said, baby, come try my dress. She just was like, what? Thank you, Granny.
Granny Wincy for the win. Thank you. And oh yeah, I wanted to tell like us presenting this idea to our parents and how they took it
Okay,
as well.
yeah.
Okay, you go first.
So, whenever God gave us the idea, we had to tell everyone. That's what you're talking about, right? So, we went to our family and some people were excited. Some of our family members, they were excited. But then others, they weren't excited. And the reason that they weren't excited was because of society. How society, we have Instagram, we have, what's the name of that app?
Facebook?
No, it's another Pinterest.
Pinterest.
You can just look at pictures and we have all of these things feeding images to us of how we should aim to be. And we were kind of breaking the norm, and that was scary to some people because it's a scary idea to say we're not going to do the traditional way, we're going to do this way. And have you ever seen it done before? No. God gave it to us. Anything that God gives us, I trust him.
Yeah.
Because he's like the man.
Yeah, so my parents, they were pretty hesitant at first when I told them what I wanted to do. And I know my mom, she told me why she was not on board at first was because in the back of her head, she always envisioned like this wedding that she wanted me to have, and then it didn't go like what she thought it was gonna go. So it took her some time to get on board, but once she started to see the bigger picture, she told me at the end, she was like, you two are genius. Like, I see what you're doing, and y'all are so smart. And my dad, he was all smiles. He was like, I love this idea. He didn't have to break the bank.
I ain't got to come out of pocket for nothing.
They did come out of pocket for a lot though. And I was thankful for, we had a lot of help just with gifts. People wanted to gift us things. Like Chance, your tuxedo.
Oh my God.
Everything he wore was a gift.
My brother-in-law and my sister bought my suit, and it was bad to the bone, baby.
And flowers.
My sister, my younger sister, she hit me up and she was like, brother, I want to get you a gift. I just want to buy your shoes for you. And them shoes were bad to the bone, baby. The music, oh my gosh. Willie, he was on point. He played guitar. Willie ran sound. He had speakers and everything out at the wedding. Didn't charge me a dime. I just had to give him money. Any money that I had on me, I gave it to him. Like, people would be like, congratulations, Chance, and I would take it out this hand and give it to Will. Thanks, Will. You know, just because he did not have to do that. So everything that I was in control of getting was basically free. It was free.
Our parents, they both, I don't know where all they spent, but they gifted us, like, we had a live band that came, and then like chairs and just different decor and things like that. And they took care of that. So I thank God for that. My dress, thank God. So we had help, but a lot of the stuff, Chance and I, like the venue itself, we paid out of pocket, and we paid a little over $3,000 for everything, just because we were intentional with what we bought and we really thought it through. And then really the food, the venue was the most expensive thing. Everything else was just small details, like the small things.
And we trusted God gave us a vision. This wasn't anything that we thought of. See, a lot of people, we like to kind of not ask for God's help until we really need it. But this time we asked for God's help whenever we were just out of ideas, whenever we sat out and looked at everything, and then he gave us his idea. So we followed it, man. He gave us the idea and we went with it, baby.
Yep.
Went with it.
Ooh.
You're so sexy when you sleep.
Ah.
But thank God, no bugs on.
Yep. No bugs and no musky pits.
Hey, man, we were dancing, boy. We did some dancing. But at the end of this video, you will see our wedding day, and we're gonna do the big reveal. Not a gender reveal. She's not pregnant. She's not pregnant. We got a lot of making up to do.
Okay, never mind. That's another video.
5 years worth.
Oh yeah.
Of making up to do.
What?
5 years worth of making up to do.
If you guys enjoyed this video,
like it,
share it up, and just let us know. Give us some good feedback, and you might see some more.
You might. Who knows? But anyway, we're the Montgomerys.
Thank you for watching. Oh. Y'all like my bun?
Bye.
When you know the truth, I'm pulling my weight in gold. I make anxious, call me broke, but I can't lift this on my own. Pulling my weight in gold. I make anxious, call me broke, but I can't live this on my own.
Chancellor, do you take Shanice as your wife, as your own flesh, to love her, even as Christ loves the church, to protect her and care for her for the rest of your lives?
Yes, I do.
Well, I want you to say this then. Say, I, Chancellor Montgomery,
I, Chancellor Montgomery,
according to the Word of God, leave my mother and my father, and I join myself to you, to be a husband to you. From this moment forward, we shall be one. Shanice, do you take Chancellor as your husband, submitting yourself to him as unto the Lord, showing reverence to him as the head of this union for the rest of your lives?
I do.
I want you to say this to Chancellor. Say, I, Shanice Musgrove,
I, Shanice Musgrove,
according to the Word of God,
according to the Word of God,
submit myself to you,
submit myself to you,
to be a wife to you.
to be a wife to you.
From this moment forward,
From this moment forward,
we shall be one.
we shall be.
I'm pulling my weight in gold. I make anxious, call me broke, but I can't lift this on my own. Pulling my weight in gold. I make anxious, call me broke, but I can't lift this on my own.